제발 우리 먹게 해줘. 오케이.
잠깐만.
오케이.
아까보단 조금 더 세게 하면 되잖아.
몰라.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Army, whatever you were doing today, stop. Because Jungkook and Jimin just dropped a video that no one was prepared for and the clues inside are crazy. Today was one of the most confusing and emotional days for Army. Especially those who have long followed Jimin and Jungkook's relationship. Their latest live stream was a huge topic of discussion across platforms. Some were smiling, some were moved, and still others were wondering, what exactly happened to Jikook? Why did they seem different during this live? Why did they rarely touch each other when it used to be the most natural thing between them? From the first second the live began, Army could sense something different. They were sitting side by side, but there was a small distance between them. It wasn't a big distance, but enough to make fans wonder. Jimin was smiling as usual, Jungkook looked relaxed, but there was something that felt like they were holding back. Every time their hands almost touched naturally, as they had in the past, one of them would pull away, not harshly, but as if they were trying too hard to maintain a boundary that never existed before. And here's where the question arises. Is this the end of love, or just shyness? Are they guarding themselves more tightly because of the recent fan reaction, which has always associated their every gesture with a romantic relationship? Or is there something deeper? Something that makes them awkward to show the closeness they once did. Even more confusing, their chemistry seems to be growing stronger. They rarely touch, but that look, a look only the two of them understand, is still there. The small smiles that arise simply from listening to each other are still there. And those little moments where one wants to laugh but holds back because the other is shy, it's all still the same, just packaged differently. They seem like two people who are deeply into each other, but are learning not to show those feelings too openly in front of the world. There was one moment that truly left Army breathless. Jungkook was reading the comments and unconsciously said Jimin's name in a soft tone. Jimin immediately looked down, laughing softly, not a normal laugh, but the laugh of someone who felt embarrassed. And at that moment, Jungkook moved his body as if to get closer, but then held back. Army saw it, everyone saw it, and the comments flooded in, making the live stream even more intense, even though both of them tried to appear relaxed. Were they keeping their distance to stop rumors? Were they afraid that one word or touch could make a big news story in the media?
우리 다이어트 성공했습니다. 다이어트.
Jimin never needed to get attention. With skinship, that's what made fans feel something was wrong. Because if they were just normal colleagues, there would be no reason to suddenly avoid something that had felt natural for years. But there was another side. When they weren't physically touching, the way they looked at each other felt even more intense. Jimin glanced at Jungkook several times when Jungkook wasn't looking, then quickly looked away when Jungkook turned away. Jungkook watched Jimin several times while Jimin was talking, as if he wanted to interject with a joke but didn't. Two people in love but shy was what many Army saw, even though there was no certainty. One of the most emotional moments was when Jimin thanked the fans and Jungkook immediately responded with tender words, as if he wanted to make sure Jimin knew he wasn't alone. There was no physical contact, but there was such a strong emotional protection. Sometimes love doesn't come from touch, but from the way someone assures us that they'll always be there. And if you think about it more deeply, isn't the maturity of a relationship also evident in the way they try to protect each other from pressure? Maybe they're not distancing themselves, maybe they're growing. Maybe what's changing isn't their feelings, but the way they approach the world. Even so, Army could still sense the unique dynamic. They weren't strangers, nor were they a couple trying to act cold. They seemed like two people harboring feelings for each other. Not because they didn't want to, but because they were afraid everyone would read their actions too deeply. There was love, there was embarrassment, and there was an effort to appear normal. And of course, the part that most convinced Army was the end of the live. As the time was almost up, Jungkook unconsciously leaned in, and Jimin naturally moved closer. It was only a few seconds, but for fans who are sensitive to body language, it was enough to move thousands to tears. Because in the end, their chemistry couldn't be lost even when they're trying to control it.
이거. 저는 이거. 그래서 저희는 합의 끝에 이걸 골랐습니다. 저는 이거. 저는
부끄러워요.
나도 부끄러워.
아, 동료들도 부끄럽습니까? 이거 얘기할 때?
부끄럽습니다.
근데 저도 스스로 부끄러워해요.
7년째 부끄럽다 이게.
네, 이제 간쪽 가면 끝났어요. 떴어요. 계시는 거.
So, is this the end of love? Or just shyness? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear. There's no awkwardness like someone who doesn't care anymore. What's visible is a caution that comes from the depths of their feelings. If they didn't care about each other, they wouldn't be afraid to touch. What holds people back isn't indifference, but rather feelings that are too big to be scary. And no matter when, no matter what they choose for the future, Jikook isn't just about physical interaction. They are two souls who have grown together over the years. With or without touch, their connection will always feel like love, a deep friendship, or perhaps something in between, something only they truly understand. Today's live may not give us a definitive answer, but it does give us one powerful message. They still see each other, still hear each other, and still feel each other. The touch may be gone for a while, but their connection remains, and that's far stronger than anything else. Thank you for watching until the end, Army. Today is indeed full of question marks, full of hidden smiles, and feelings that cannot be explained in words. Whatever the truth, one thing remains unchanged. Jimin and Jungkook's relationship remains special, no matter what form it takes. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments column. Do you think it was shyness or a deepening love? If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the latest Jikook updates every day on this channel. See you in the next Jikook Diaries video. Purple you.